Hey everyone. So from the title of this video, you probably know what this video is about. But before I start talking about that, let's talk about my channel trailer that was up a couple days ago. I think it was almost a week ago now. It's a new channel trailer. If for all my subscribers, if you didn't see it, you just click on the annotation above, and it'll take you to that video. Also, new subscribers or who haven't subscribed yet, when you clicked on my channel, you'll see it. But if you didn't see it, just click on the annotation again. It'll get you there. Just a little backstory on that. I made that because I'm telling you that my channel is just everything in a way. It's not just me vlogging what I do on my daily basis. It's just what I want my channel to be. So that's why I made the video. I don't want to be the norm of maybe a vlogger where they're just vlogging their life, but I want to vlog like things I actually did that day. So like if I was going on the zoo or something, I'm gonna vlog going to the zoo. Or if I'm like putting a puzzle together and somehow I finish it all in one day, unlike this puzzle that's sitting on this table, maybe I'll do a little time lapse of that. Just things of that nature. Or if I'm gonna train my dog to do something new, maybe I'll give you guys some tips on it. Just stuff like that instead of just making it all set on one thing. Okay, so on to the story. I'm sorry if I'm like really slurring my words because I got my wisdom teeth taken out 4 days ago, Tuesday the 7th, when this video is posted. It wasn't today, but I don't know what today is, honestly. But today's Friday, and I got them taken out Tuesday. So it's been 4 days since the surgery, and I would like to tell you a little story about it. This is going to be called the Wisdom Tooth Horror Story, because that's exactly what it is. This is not to scare anybody at all, but this is just my experience of what happened. Okay, so first off, I got an appointment January 30th to get my wisdom teeth taken out because they're infected. So they needed my bottom two were impacted into my jaw, and the upper two were fine. They had room to grow, but they're gonna take them out anyway. So the 7th rolls around. Oh, forgot the best part. On the 30th, I was like, oh, well, I wasn't that nervous because I was thinking like, oh, they'll put me to sleep and everything, anesthesia, and they'll take them out and I'll wake up, not feel any pain, blah, 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 blah. Catch is, they're like, oh no, we're gonna do this procedure while you're awake. We'll just numb your mouth and everything and you'll be fine. So for a good week and a half, I'm sitting here nervous to death, trying not to think about it that much. So the magical day appears. I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm not gonna be nervous. It's gonna be fine. They're gonna pull them out. It's gonna take they said it's gonna take 2 hours tops, an hour and a half. That's it. So I'm sitting in the chair, shaking to death. Like, can't keep my hands still, like shaking, jittery. They're sitting there like, you have to calm down, take deep breaths through your nose, through your mouth. They're like, here, watch a movie. So they get me an iPad with these weird virtual reality goggles I put on my head. But it doesn't matter because they have the chair, me tilted this way, so the glasses are just sliding on my face anyway. So I'm just sitting there closing my eyes the whole time. So they start proceeding, they numb my mouth. I can't really feel anything. He goes in with a scalpel, I guess, and starts cutting the gums and asking if I feel that, or like the gums of the teeth, and I'm like, no, but all I hear, that was the worst part, is just like nails on a chalkboard just scraping into my like jaw. And I'm like, really, like that's just making me really nervous. Also, with that, they start cutting in and like doing things, like it's not hurting, but just like being uncomfortable and not feeling it, but hearing it is really, really unsettling. So I guess eventually he gets the tooth uncovered and he goes to start pulling. This whole time I'm not looking at the tools, because if I look at the tools, I'm going to like pass out or like start shaking even more than I'm already am. So he's sitting there yanking for a few minutes and everything, and like twisting and turning and trying to like loosen the tooth. And it starts hurting like underneath the tooth. Like if you could feel the bottom of your tooth, it hurt. It's not like excruciating pain, but it's that pain where you're like, okay, we need to stop, because if you pull it or something, it's gonna be really, really painful. So we stop, he starts numbing it more, he's doing some stuff, he's asking me like from 0 to 10, how much is the pain? And I'm like, right now it's like an 8. but it's slowly going down. But every time you go back and touches it, it goes back to that 8 because it starts to hurt a lot. After like 10 minutes of sitting there and numbing my mouth, he's like, well, we can't numb your mouth anymore because we hit the limit, because we're gonna end up overdosing you on the local anesthetic that we're putting in your mouth. So he was like, so what he did, which was really, really dumb, is he put, I guess, the tool in, because I can't really see what he's doing, and he's like wiggling around. He's like, do you feel that? And I'm like, no. And then he just yanks it out. And then he's like, well, does that hurt? And I was like, no, but it feels a lot better. And he's like, okay, good, because the tooth is out. The whole time that's happening, before all that, the thing that got me so like anxious was, I guess he was chipping away from the tooth, but it just sounded like you know the gobstoppers? It sounded like you're taking gobs, not the chewy kind, the hard ones, and just crunching them in your mouth. Like, that's all I hear when he's sitting there working on getting this tooth out. And that just caused my anxiety to skyrocket. But after he got one tooth out, which took 2.5 hours to get one tooth out, I was like, there's no possible way we can keep going. And he was like, there's not, because it's not gonna be safe for you to be here getting these teeth taken out. So after that long, brutal, painful process, like, it wasn't as painful, but it was just very stressful. Like, I was soaked in sweat. I was shaking uncontrollably. It was just terrible. He proceeds to say, oh, we're gonna find someone that can put you under and just take him out real quick. And I was like, why couldn't we have done that in the first place? Because I already told you that I am deathly nervous at the dentist, and I know I won't be able to do this. Like, I was there with my friend and sister, and they were, the whole time, they were like, he just wanted insurance money from that. He wanted to see if he could get one tooth out, and then he gets paid full benefits of the insurance of getting a tooth out, and he can tell the insurance that it was a partial success and still get some money. So they finally find someone. It's like 9 o'clock. I went in there at 6. It was like around 9 o'clock, another dentist opened. They said they could see me at 11:30. So we just go back home. I'm resting. I guess I'm coming off of this anesthetic stuff, and I'm kind of like feeling a little bit better, and everything's all happy and everything. And we get to the actual dentist who's actually going to put me down, or not put me down. Well, I sound like being put down like a dog or something. Ugh, sounds bad. They're going to put me to sleep with anesthesia and actually take them out the right way. I'm in the, long story short, I'm in the chair. They're gonna put me to sleep for the surgery. And some of the nurses, I guess like interns, are gonna watch so they can learn also. They're asking me like, oh, did you get one taken out today? And I was like, yeah. Or they're asking, did I take one out? Because they saw that like I had ice packs and like gauze in my mouth. I was like, yeah, I got it taken out this morning, and they were gonna try to take all 4 out while I was awake. And they're all like jaw drop, like, that's almost not possible, because that's gonna like, it's like, were you nervous? I was like, I was extremely nervous. I couldn't do anything about it. Like, they kept telling me to calm down. Like, there was no possible way that I could calm down in that type of situation. And they were like all on my side and like not happy about it, but they were like, that was probably not the best idea for him to even like suggest that. If you were that nervous, you shouldn't even proceeded to do it. And I was like, yeah, it was a really bad idea. But you live and learn. So they finally like get everything set. The one thing I was really nervous about when the anesthesia was getting the IV in my arm. But they had this weird thing where they like, one nurse was talking to me and they sprayed my arm with something really, really, really cold, and then the doctor literally like full on running start stabbed the needle like into my arm, which it didn't hurt, but it was just really, really like awkward type of thing, because I was like, one nurse was distracting me, one nurse would quickly spray my arm and he just stabbed me with it real quick, and I was like, I'm really confused what just happened. But he put that on my arm, and like after that everything started becoming a blur. I remember he was taking my blood, and I remember asking him like, is that my blood? Because it really looked like chocolate for some reason to me. And he was like, oh yeah, it's your blood. The funny thing was he was taking it in the test tubes, and then a big tube, and then he put him in the small test tubes, and he was like trying so hard to put the lid on without spilling my blood, and then he ends up just throwing the whole tube onto the floor anyway after he got the tube on. So I was like, what was the whole point of like trying to not spill like my blood on the floor, but then you throw the whole test tube on the floor anyway? I thought that was really funny for some reason. But I remember he was putting the liquid in my arm, and I was like telling him, I was like, that really, really hurts. And he's like, it's fine, you won't feel it. And then I don't remember anything after that. I remember waking up, And I remember before we started everything, I had a red jacket on, we took it off, but I woke up with it on, and I can't remember how I got it on. I can't. A lot of the stuff was a blur. I don't really wish I recorded it because when I'm on anesthesia, I was like really emotional about like everything, and I don't want to see myself like crying, I guess. But I remember before I was before they started the procedure, they told me that they asked me like how do I like the rain and all that because it was raining outside. And I was like, oh, I love the rain. It's like I love it. It's like days that are raining is the best and all that stuff. And we were talking about the rain, and the nurse was telling me. I remember when I woke up that it was raining outside, or it looked like it was still gonna rain or something like that. And I remember being pushed out in the wheelchair, and I'm like, it's not raining outside. It's. She told me it was raining outside or something like that, and then I just started like bawling in tears like because it wasn't raining, and like my sister and my friend were just like, it's all right, it'll rain again. And I'm like, but it's not raining now or something like that. And it was just really insane. And then I started crying about because my niece wasn't there, and it was a hassle. But I honestly don't remember that much because it's starting to all become a blur. But long story short, like if you're getting your wisdom teeth taken out and you're a fear of the like dentist, find a way to be like sedated so you're asleep, because after they put me to sleep and woke up, I literally have no pain from the three they took out. The one pain I do have is the one that the doctor took out when I was awake. Right now it just sort of hurts to talk long periods of time, so this video kind of hurts to talk. I probably should stop soon, but right now I'm better. My mouth feels a lot better. I just wanted to update you guys on everything. Um, but that's pretty much it. Just that's my horror story of the dentist getting my wisdom teeth taken out, and I don't want to ever do it again, and I won't have to because they're gone and they will never grow back, and I am very thankful for that. But sucky thing about it is I can't eat any food that I'm craving because I'm craving literally everything under the sun and I'm really hungry. But all I can really eat is like anything liquid or anything softer from salmon and lower from softness. Stuff that I can basically mash up with my tongue or my front teeth. But I'll survive. I made it. I made it through this one challenge. I told myself this will be the hardest thing I ever do in my life. But now that I think about it, that was a really stupid thing to say. But you know what? You live and you learn. But I'm gonna end it here to keep this video short. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And all my social media will be at the end of this video.